And you're live. So I'll hand it off to you now.
And I can't start my video. Does it okay?
You should be able to now.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
So thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah. Hey, hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine. Are you? Finally, we are meet in
Yeah,
live chat.
yeah.
So how is going? Are you busy with your job or something else because you're not so active in localization anymore?
Yeah, I'm busy doing localization at GitHub right now. Um,
Ah,
yeah,
does it open source or it's inside?
working on it. It's still private right now, but we're working to open source all of our product documentation. So,
Oh, sounds good. I think maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I sent a request to GitHub when I saw their posted first translated article, not article, documentation to Spanish,
yeah,
and I sent my proposal to be to help with that, but they are declined it because say it will go and be inside company, and that's why I'm interested.
yeah. For now, it's just we hire professional translators, and they have to go through a process to make sure they are using GitHub's voice and tone guidelines in their writing. So
Mm.
it's very different from like the Node.js project or the Electron project in that it's
Mm-hmm.
not a community effort right now. It's very much a company sponsored
Mm-hmm.
like professional effort. But I do want to gradually move it towards a more open and community oriented process because I think people would love to participate
Of
like you.
course. Yeah.
So thanks for being patient all these months. I know it's been rough. You know, you've been like trying really hard to move things forward, and I know it's not always easy, and people are not always responding, me included. So um, I think it's really a good sign that you've been able to be friendly, even though everything is not going the way you want. So
Yeah,
thanks for that.
that's true. Yeah.
Do you have access to the things that you need now in terms of being able to use Crowdin and
No, I still
no?
have
Okay.
an issue with that. And Ben promised to handle this on the previous two meetings, but every time when I try to ping him, like in the middle of week, he can't respond.
Right.
And then we have another call, and he again promised me. And I totally understand because it's like our hobbies to help with the Node.js, and we can't have a lot of time. But yeah, I still haven't access. But I want to discuss one. I want to discuss another approach that I decided to do for now, and
Mm-hmm.
to unblock it like a temporary solution, and
Mm-hmm.
then we can, I don't know, when we have all credentials and everything can be will be configured, we can just replace my way with I don't know, standard normal way.
Okay. Um, I think I lost the issue. Um, Here we go. Okay, so I'll drop a link here just in case anybody needs it. So this is the issue for this meeting. Are there links here to the thing that you're talking about? The new process you're talking about?
No, I
No.
didn't
Okay.
create any issue for that because it's like on my side, just on my side, and it's like a test project, but it seems like stable and seems like okay as a temporary solution. And if if we if we're ready, I can explain it for now. I think we don't wait any other. We don't wait anyone. So yeah, my solution is make a fork of our current Node.js i11 and repository with all content, with all docs content. Make a fork to my local, to not to my personal GitHub account, generate my personal credentials, and connect with a project that you created for me on a CrowdIn, but under Node.js. That was a Node.js website, but I renamed it to API docs, and I connected it with my fork of Node.js content and uploaded all content with newest versions, with a not even version, like we discussed in a pull request. And yeah, and then I contacted with the crowding team, and they are explained me how I can translate a lot of our content automatically by using translation memory, and yeah, that's it. They also have option to translate by machine learning, but I don't want to do this for now because we already have a big translation memory thing, so we can use it. And yeah, we already have I already have a big progress with it. I can actually share my screen and show probably. Let me try just a second.
Sure. I think the not using machine translation is probably a good idea. We've tested it out for Electron and internally at GitHub, and it's pretty good, but it's not as good as human translation. So I think your instincts are good there.
Yeah, so I can share my screen and explain things. Yeah, let's stop share. So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Cool.
And Christian, can you hear me? You said you can't hear me, but maybe I was just muted for a minute. I'm not sure. Yes. Okay, cool.
Okay. So here we go. We have two projects. First of one is our project that I try to connect, and here we have the most productive translation is to Spanish. They have 76% of translated.
That's awesome.
And yeah, that's really awesome. They are very active, and we have a few guys from the Spanish team. But they are translating, as you can see, just the 3 version, 6, 8, and 10, and they have some progress with it. But as you've seen, no, you didn't see this, but okay. But I tried to upload a newest versions, and now we have another things. We have all versions that available for now is like 8, 10, 12, and 13. And here's a thing that I did. I applied the translation memory to the whole content base. And for now, it's on the Spanish example. They still have the same progress with these versions, but also in addition, we have for a new versions we have just untranslated things. So does it make sense, or I am just trying to explain, but my English and probably I'm a bit confused, but and it's hard to explain. So
yeah, no, this makes sense. I think so. At this point, were you expecting to see more translation progress on 12 and 13 because you're using the translation memory?
So yes, I asked about this to CrowdIn, but they are explaining this is working in a bit another way. Yeah, I agree. It's this like disappointing from UX perspective, but if we understand how it works, it will stop disappointing us. So here we have just a list of files that are never translated before. All other files that automatically translated are hidden from translators, and there no progress. It's like excluded from a progress at all. And here we just have a files that not translated, and here's the progress of this, just exactly these files. So, for example, here we have 14,000 of words, but it's not true if we get the whole content base of this version. And that means all other words already translated and hidden from this directory. And this how it works. When I start translating one of these files, the progress will start counting based on the just these files. And this is not related to the whole content. But when we are um, get when we get translations from Crowdin, it will build for us the whole content base, including all files that translated that actually showing here and that actually hidden from translation. So we will have a full pack of the version per language. So seems like something like that. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's it. That's basically it. And yeah, as I said, is my fork. After we finally solve the problem with credentials, I just easily replace, not replace, reintegrate the this project with uh, repositories that we want to use, because now it's connected to my personal. But then I just make delete integration and reintegrate to our repository, and Crowdin team said it will works fine, nothing will be broken, and it's okay.
Okay, so the credentials that you're waiting on are access to the Node.js Crowdin GitHub user, correct?
Access that I'm waiting for is to get is the most easiest way for us is generate personal access token under Node.js. But but one more option is I found yesterday or 2 days ago is someone from the Node.js team organizers able to integrate in Crowdin, and then it will start working. But it should be someone from this list. I can find, yeah. So yeah. So we have 24 people who can do this, and they just need to open Crowdin. Sorry, yeah. They just need to open Crowdin project, Node.js project, this one. Yeah, this one. Open the settings, click on integration, click on GitHub, and reconnect here, like delete integration, start integration process one more time, and then it will be regenerate everything that we need, and it will start working. But I'm not sure how it working at all, and that's why I'm forcing the idea with token, because it's more clear for me how it works. We just enter this token once, and then I understand how it's working. But if some owner integrate here, does I can handle in next time? Does it potentially can be the same issue as that we have now? Like access token used setup integration is revoked, and I think it's probably can be again. So that's why I want to use a token instead of manual integration.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so,
it's also option.
I had access to that user to generate that token, but I haven't ever logged into it on this computer. I have a different computer than I did at that time. So right now I'm trying to find my Keybase credentials so I can get to the credentials for that account, and I might be able to generate a token for you now.
but it will be great if you will find it later. It's not. I'm waiting maybe half of year, so a few days it's not too much for me.
Yeah, but now might be a good time for me to just do it if I can get it to work.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually what I have to share, and we can go by the next point in agenda. Uh, yeah, that's basically me.
So can you remind me what the reason was for creating the Node.js website project in Crowdin?
Yeah. So when I started working on that, I thought the translation process was no. I started from translating Node.js website to Russian, and I did this through GitHub and through pull request system. But then I discovered that Node.js are already using Crowdin, and I have an idea why we not using Crowdin for translation of website. And then I asked you to create the project uh, to make everything worked for translate the Node.js website content. Then I contacted with a team who working on next version of the website, and they also agreed to continue working with Crowdin. And I start thinking how I can manage all this stuff, and then I face it with a problem with the credentials of uh, Docs project. But yeah, the main
Okay.
idea is to make 3 projects under one Node.js Crowdin account,
Mm-hmm.
and make three projects with one translation memory, with one glossary, and then translate the all content for documentation for old website and for new website through Crowdin. So that's basically idea.
Okay. Got it. So I found some credentials and I was able to log in, but they are actually credentials to log into the Crowdin project as the owner, not to log into GitHub as the Node.js bot. So I need to keep looking for those. And the way that works is there's a private repository inside the Node.js organization that has encrypted files in it with passwords for those accounts. And so you have to use a PGP or PGP key to decrypt them. It's a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, one thing that you could do, so you just showed me an issue where you had that token that you need to get and you had like a red rectangle around all the different scopes.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually something you can do where if you add query parameters to the URL, so like this might make it easier to get to convince
Someone
someone to do it. So if you go, I can share my screen.
Okay, please.
So if you go to tokens, new, and you add oops. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see. Scopes equals repo. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Repo, comma, and then whatever they were, user, just something like that. I forget exactly what they were, but you could share a URL that has basically all the admins would have to do is click the link and then they would be taken right to the page. Okay, this is called description. Let's try description. There you go. So
cool.
let me drop that here.
Mm-hmm.
in,
I will copy it. Mm-hmm.
so if you add that to the issue, that makes
It will
things
be
a little
great.
bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will add it after our call.
Okay, that sounds good. And I can keep looking into trying to figure out if I can still log into that Node.js GitHub account.
Mm-hmm. And also, do you know who is what is a GitHub account created connected with Crowdin?
Yeah, I
Because
think
it's called Node.js Crowdin, but who is the owner of this?
I think it's called Node.js Crowdin. Yeah. Actually,
Mhm.
if you let me share my screen again.
Mhm.
So I'm logged in this browser window to this project, and if I go into settings, or let's see, settings for the user, I can see in here. Oh, it doesn't actually tell me the username though.
Yeah, but you can. I don't remember actually where we can see this, but I know it's 100%. It's Node.js Crowdin, but and if we know the credentials of GitHub account called Node.js Crowdin, it will be great.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try and find those.
Yeah.
So
I think it will solve all the problems that we have
yeah.
at once.
Yeah. Okay. So let me figure that out for you.
Thank you.
And I think there's I could probably just generate the token for you. And I think there's actually like a formal process for adding you to the secrets repository so you can actually get the token or to get the password in the future. I think it would be like a bad form for me to just send you the password, even though I know you're already involved in the project. There's kind of like a formal process.
Of course, I agree with that because yeah,
Yeah,
and I also interesting how this password management working in open source because I never faced with that, so
yeah,
it's good chance. So yeah, I think if we agreed with this, yeah, I think we need to go through agenda or not.
yeah. If there's other things you wanted to cover, I only have a couple more minutes, but yeah.
Let me see. I just want to check the list of issues that we have. So yeah, structure. Discuss the structure of crowd and roles. Um, I actually skipped the first call of this initiative group, but as much as I know, here was discussion about the problem between I don't know rights or who should cover the localization process. It should be from I don't know committee Comcom, and another thing is some another group. So I'm not sure where is the conflict, where is the problem with it, how we should call our group. I don't know, i18n or i10l or what is the way we should call because here's a few groups.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I can't comment on that.
Okay.
I think maybe they're conversing about it because the i18n effort has been so slow for the last year or year and a half. So maybe that's why people are talking about it.
Okay.
I don't have strong feelings about any of that. So as long as it keeps moving forward, I'll be happy. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of Crowdin administration, like not on GitHub, but on Crowdin, one of the things we did on Electron is when you identify that there is someone who is actively translating on the project and they're interested in participating, it's helpful to promote them to a proofreader role in Crowdin, so they can actually overwrite other people's translations. And you have to be kind of careful, because when you promote someone to proofreader, you can either do it for an individual language, or you can make them a proofreader for all languages. And so, yeah, depending on how you do it in the Crowdin UI. So what we were doing on Electron is making sure to just only promote people to proofreader status for the language that they are interested in.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But that's really helpful, because otherwise you have translations coming in that are low quality, and the people who care about improving them don't have the access to do that. So I think that's an important part of the process, is like identifying helpful community members and giving them the right permissions.
But how you handle this from scratch when we haven't any translators at all? So it's just like
well, like I think for Spanish, for example, you said we have 76 or whatever, some decent amount of coverage there. You could like reach out. Sometimes it's not that easy, because you don't know from the GitHub, from the Crowdin handle, what their GitHub handle is.
Yeah,
so
GitHub and handles.
Yeah, sometimes the conversation sort of happens on Crowdin, or it sort of happens on GitHub or email. It's not, Crowdin is not great for having conversations. They get kind of lost. But typically what we would do on Electron is start a conversation in a GitHub issue, and hopefully you can track down the GitHub handle or username of the person you want to talk to, and have a conversation there about, do you want to be a proofreader for this language? Or of course you can always email them too, but it's nice if it's in a public space, because then it's not entirely your job to manage that relationship. Like other people can get involved.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to run, but I think I'm getting close to getting those credentials. I'm not going to make any promises, but I will try.
Okay, cool. Where you can, where we can contact to you share this credential, because I'm not sure that that's very secure to share it.
Yeah. So I think it would just be I could just generate a new token. If I'm able to log in as that user, then I'll generate a new personal access token, and I can add it to the Crowdin integration.
Oh, okay.
And if not, if you don't hear from me, then you might have to just go through the process of trying to either get the token or get access to the GitHub user from the admins.
Okay, so ping me if you will have success result.
Okay, yeah,
it will be great.
All
So
right.
yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for your investigation.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for picking up this project. I think it has potential to be a really big deal, right? Like
yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
where are you, by the way?
Ukraine.
Okay, so it's like 10
Europe.
o'clock at night?
Oh no, it's just 8.
8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So. I'm in California, so it's morning here.
Yeah. And you should go to the office, or?
No, I'm working from home.
Oh, nice to you.
Yeah. So Crowdin is based in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I also meet with them, and they're really nice guys.
Oh, you met with them in person?
Yes. Yeah.
So are you in what do you call it? What's the name of the town?
Ternopil.
Yeah, I remember because it sounds like Chernobyl, right?
Yeah, it sounds
but it's not the same place, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It sounds really close to Chernobyl, yeah. But it's Ternopil, and I am living near Ternopil in Lviv. It's also in Ukraine, so yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah. I also was also surprised when I started using Crowdin, and then I discovered that's Ukrainian company, so it was a big surprise for me.
That's cool. That's good to have someone on the inside there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, have a good night. Nice meeting you.
Okay. Thank
Goodbye,
you.
Christian. We'll see you later.
Yeah. Bye. So, Christian, do you have any questions for now? Because going through agenda is not very productive because first of things is
Hello.
hello. Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear.
Yeah. Good evening. So I
Sorry.
have any. I don't have any question because it's my first time to attend the meeting. I'm just trying to catch up what is going on.
Okay, but maybe you have a questions about the process. What I don't know.
I mean, it's a bit strange for me, you know. I know it's about translation, but I don't know how the process. I mean, how you are doing, and then that's why I'm trying to just to catch up to listen to the conversation and find out maybe I may be interested in uh,
Mhm.
translation also because I'm French and English as well, so I can contribute as well in this side if
Oh,
the
cool.
need may be.
Yeah, no, I think you can contribute. So I can explain you the current situation, and you can, I don't know, decide do you interesting in that. And yeah, so we have we Node.js started the localization process maybe a year ago or more, and from start they are made some big updates with that, but then something go went wrong and process broke. Some enthusiasts from Spain, of Spanish native speaker, still continue translating the documentation of Node.js, as I shown on Crowdin, but it's still not live because, as I said, process is broke. And now we are finally start making some steps to uh, repair the process. And for now, I am actually working on the configuration connection between Node.js repositories and Crowdin, and I'm almost done with that. I hope in next 1 or 2 weeks we can, I don't know, announce the translation process started. I hope in this, but as Zeki said, no any promises. Um, because from my side, I'm trying to do everything that I can, but there are also a few other blockers that we have, like permission, security, and it should be handled from other guys that are actually very busy. So yeah, after the translation process will be unblocked, we are going to translate Node.js API docs on Crowdin. So yeah, if you are French native speaker, it will be great because if I'm not wrong, there is not very big progress with this. Let me see, 1%. But
Oh, really?
yeah, just 1%. I can see in version 10. Yeah, here's a lot of translated files, but it's not too much in a global picture. So yeah, it will any help will be appreciated, and I hope you will join us when we will start. And because for now it's just we're trying to configure everything, and then we write some documentation for translators for everyone who wants to help with that. And then I think everyone, any enthusiast, any translators can join the process and do that what they want. But for now, it's like negotiation, configuration, it's setup steps, something like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, when you have the next meeting, I'll where I got the notification. I'll also go and see over there if there is another one. Then I will join. I'm just trying to if there is any documentation I need to go through. Let me know, then I will read. And while waiting for the proper moment.
So for now, no any documentation because now we are trying to set up everything, and then we decided.
Ah,
So we decided to go step by step. Firstly, we
okay.
set up the process, and then we describe in documentation in guides how it works and to everyone. Because now uh, just a few guys really interesting in this configuration, and just a few guys understand how it works. So it's not very reasonable to write documentation for them because it's not implemented yet. So first step is
Okay.
implement and then write documentation. So for now, I just can say to you, uh, please wait and don't forget about Node.js and come back to us in a few weeks. But we are appreciate. I don't know if you join us on the next week call. It's probably you find something interesting for you.
I think the 17th, right? If I do
Uh,
remember.
sorry.
The next meeting. I think the next meeting is the 17th. Next
Next
Friday.
next Friday. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
exactly.
this meeting's going on a weekly basis. So each
Okay.
Friday in the same time we are posting. Ben trying to post to create issues on this repository in time, but it's not happen. It's sometimes he forgot about it, but yeah, never mind. So every Friday, the same time, you can join us and talk about all stuff. And for now, I think yeah, that's it. So yeah, thank you to
Oh,
join.
okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank, yeah, see you. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.